Avicap Ventures is a leading investor in many e-commerce companies and technology companies. We have Jasrina, who's running a marketplace, Purely Bee. I'll let her talk more about it. Anything related to health and wellness, products and services. Irwan from Rolali. Rolali is a marketplace focused on industrial equipment, based out of Indonesia. And Vipul here is going to represent Krishnan from Fabilio, who was supposed to be there, but unfortunately Krishnan's flight got delayed. So, but Vipul, we would request you to talk on behalf of Krishnan. I'll do a very quick introduction to Vinculum for people who don't know us, but I'll just cover very briefly. I'll set the context in terms of what we're going to discuss today, in terms of unlocking revenue streams by collaborating with companies across the e-commerce ecosystem, and we'll take the views of each of the panelists. How do I do it? Oh, okay, it did work. I thought it did work. Okay, just a very quick look. What we do, we're a software company with SaaS-based products for order management and fulfillment. So we are funded, backed by Axel Partners and Ivy Cap. The area we focus, retail, multi-channel retailing. There's a suite of products there. I'm not going to talk about that today, but essentially all products are related to helping order management and fulfillment and helping collaboration between channels. So this is the only slide I'm going to talk about. So if you take each part of the ecosystem, so let's say there are sellers and marketplaces such as Amazon, eBay, Rolali, Purely Bee, etc. Then we have eTailers, who are, the way I'm defining this is people predominantly selling online with minor presence offline, with or without stores, but more strategic presence online. Retailers, brick and mortar retailers who are selling online as well, but predominantly their base is brick and mortar stores. CPG companies, consumer packaged goods. So essentially all are, we know the leaders there. So if you look at each one of them, there are a lot of interesting trends which are happening in the industry. So if you look at sellers are SME companies on marketplaces. What are they looking for? When they're looking at various ways to make money, many of them are not tech savvy. Many of them have the opportunity to sell on multiple marketplaces. If someone can help them with the listing requirements, somebody can make sure that they know what commissions they need to get from the marketplaces. If there is a way to easily sell, run promotions, that will make the life of many sellers. Now there is a beautiful opportunity to go cross-border here. So you don't have to be restricted with marketplaces in one location. There are platforms like Enchanto here in Singapore or Aramex through whom you can actually reach customers in many countries. And essentially you ship to a local address and they ship from there on to customers in multiple countries. There are various examples of people doing this. We have, I can take a couple of examples there. Sellers or retailers have a similar opportunity in my view there. So if a company called Jaipur in India, which makes ethnic wear, Indian wear, they sell approximately in 30 odd countries globally, primarily using the Aramex platform. They don't sell on marketplaces, they have their own websites in different countries, but essentially they use a platform like Enchanto or Aramex to make sure that cost effectively send through goods to different countries. So they have a targeted strategy of their customer base. They find they have tech solutions to help them. So if you go into eTailers, eTailers have an opportunity to collaborate with retailers today. eTailers can partner with retailers to make sure that their goods are picked up from the store. eTailers can sell on multiple marketplaces in case it doesn't cannibalize their own strategy. So I can take some views later in terms of what you think, everyone there. Then CPG companies, there's a very interesting trend. We'll get Jess to talk a little bit more on that. So, but CPG companies have a very interesting opportunity to reach customers in many markets by working with marketplaces like PurelyBee. Any health-related CPG has a beautiful opportunity to work with marketplaces such as PurelyBee to reach customers whom they never reached before. And retailers who have retailers, you would think that they have the best opportunity because they have stores, they have the mechanisms to, they're already well known. You would say that they have a great opportunity to be online. However, retailers have to look at online as a strategic channel. So from a DNA perspective, they have to look at how they can sell online as a complete business rather than just another store. And if they do that, there is so much of opportunity. On one side of the fence, it's a mechanism because customers do expect multiple channels in terms of convenience. They want to research online and then buy in the store. They want to research in the store and buy online. Customers buy brands, not channels, but you have to make it very convenient for them to shop. But it takes a lot of money to go omni-channel. So there are a lot of ways in which you can make more money by collaborating. Selling on marketplaces could be an opportunity. Fulfilling marketplace orders or brand orders through the inventory in the store could be an opportunity. So ship from store, making the store a delivery center by having people, if you go shop on an Amazon, you'll get an option saying, these stores, you can pick it up from these stores or have the product delivered to your residence. So these things are already available today. So, but what you can do is to increase the footfall in the retail shops, which potentially can result in additional revenue for the retailers. So each of these, there are commonality in terms of tech solutions there. You need an order management solution which can work across channels. You need real-time view of the inventory. Again, there's opportunity to bargain better with 3PLs using marketplaces. That's something we will talk about as well. These two are, in a way, channels, I would say. Marketplaces, if you look at what marketplaces want, they want to add sellers easily. They want to be working with retailers. They want various ways in which they go from online to offline. So all the top guys, in a way, are trying to reach people online. The marketplace is already online. They want to reach people offline. So that brings in a lot of collaboration opportunities. With that, I'll set the context so that I can go to individually each one of the esteemed panel here. I request a little bit more introduction, then we will talk, right? So I'll start with Jess. Jess, we spoke of CPGs going online, but first please talk a bit about PurelyBee. Talk a bit about yourself, then we will talk about it.
Okay, sure. Hi everyone, I'm Jasrina, the founder of PurelyBee. So PurelyBee is basically a one-stop portal where we make it easy and convenient for people living in Asia to lead healthier lifestyles. Because it's a bit of a pain point, I think some of you may have experienced living here, to be able to get access to a lot of good quality, healthy, natural, non-toxic, chemical-free products, and that are affordable too. So we created PurelyBee as a platform where, first of all, we have content that we create to motivate and inspire people to want to start leading a healthier lifestyle, know the benefits of it. And then we have the marketplace where they can easily access and discover a whole range of products and services available to them when they're based in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and so on. And a lot of these local brands are a lot more affordable and just as good as a lot of the international brands. But the problem is people don't realize that they exist because these brands are so small, these eco-farmers, organic farmers and whatnot, and they don't have the reach, they don't know how to market out. But they've been around for years. So through our platform, a lot of people based in Asia will be able to discover these companies, these brands, these great products, and get them at affordable prices. And for these brands, a lot of them who are not even selling online, now they have an opportunity to just have an end-to-end store online with fulfillment, everything covered for them. So we built this as an ecosystem. It was to help empower and encourage healthy living in Asia as a whole. Everyone should benefit, whether you're a consumer, you're a brand, you're a supplier, everyone connects and collaborates and wants to make healthy living the norm as opposed to a niche as it is currently is now.
Thanks, Jess. So if we go into working with the offline retailers, everyone, maybe a quick introduction of you and Ralali, and then you can talk about how you see the online to offline connection.
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Irwan. I'm from RAL.com, head of operation and product. RAL.com is a B2B marketplace. We started in 2014. The product that we sell is we started as MRO, maintenance, repair, and operation product, but it expanding to a different sort of category right now. Answering Vinkat questions about offline to online.
Other way around.
Online to offline.
How do you work with sellers who have stores?
Seller with store, they usually most of the sellers in the B2B space usually are a Generation Y baby boomer, where they very comfortable with the space they're having right now. The business is run for generations already, and by giving them a new technology, it helps them in operational way. Let's say most of the operational now is done using Microsoft Excel. It's very manual. By giving them a solution of technology, it helps to optimize their daily operational, and it helps them to sell more things on our marketplace across the nation, hopefully across the globe in the next few years.
So many of your sellers have 5, 6, 7 stores,
yep,
which are dispersed in different locations. One of the opportunities they have is that they get much more visibility in a marketplace like Ralali.
Yes.
And they also potentially can leverage your bargaining power.
Yes, absolutely. With multiple sellers, it helps them to streamline their daily operation in terms of inventory management and in terms of managing their warehouses as well. And by giving them a technology it connected to Ralali web stores, they can sell it with the live inventory. And Ralali also, as a marketplace, has a bigger bargaining power to a 3PL. We integrated like 5 to 6 3PL in Indonesia, and we have a bargaining power to give those sellers a better price for delivering their goods across the nations without having to have their own delivery armada.
But continuing with you on one more question, if in terms of the people with the offline stores, you have to find an easy way to put their catalog onto your marketplace. So mobile is the way to go?
Yeah, mobile is the first thing that our main weapon on penetrating on the B2B market. One other thing is product information management tools that we have together with Vinculum that streamlines everything in terms of data duplications, wrong product information. It helps on cleans up the data in terms of let's say in MRO, specification of a product is very important. Well, I'll give you an example, like a generator set. A generator set has to have like 5 information. Let's say the type is open. I mean something like that can be filtered across, can be searched easily, and by using product information management tools, master data management, it helps all the sellers to have an exact same information across all their internal application as well. Not only on marketplace, but also in their internal application as well, when it is integrated.
So from a customer perspective, he sees the same image in the same description, no confusion.
Exactly, it's master data management. It's streamlined across all the applications, either their mobile apps or their internal application like a finance application, accounting application. Product information is the bread of butter of all retailers. It helps a lot. I mean, yeah.
Krishna is not here. Vipul, you please introduce Fabelio and Fabelio's model on non-core revenues in terms of what they're doing.
Sure. Fabelio is a marketplace based out of Indonesia, and they primarily deal into furniture, and they have their marketplace. Other than marketplace, their major interest is to collaborate with other marketplaces. For example, Lazada or Alevenia, where they could publish their products and reach out to more customers. At the same time, there are many eTailers who are, for example, dealing with office supplies, and they also wanted to publish their inventory with these eTailers as a seller and get more customers out of it. So to achieve this, we are using Vincular's order management piece along with the seller panel. And the benefit that they are achieving is they went live with the new system within 4 to 6 weeks, and the existing API integrations with other marketplaces help them keeping single inventory published and real-time updated at all the channels where they are selling.
So they are selling in multiple countries through this mechanism?
Currently they are selling in Indonesia, but very soon they are going to start selling in Singapore and other Southeast Asian countries.
Okay. I'll come to you in a minute, Ashish. Jess, you have many suppliers who you're targeting from the Western countries.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So you want to talk a bit about that?
Sure. So when we launched this, whilst we were very targeted towards Asia, we actually had a lot of brands from Australia, US and UK reach out to us because they all wanted to expand and tap into the Asian market. But they don't understand enough about the market, and they don't have in order for them to target and build the reach to the Asian community, it's not going to be that easy for them. Whereas they saw what we were doing and found that it was a natural fit. We have the same brand values in terms of holistic wellness and what's natural, healthy, and so on. And it makes sense for PeerTV to be the launching pad for Asia for these brands. So for a lot of these really renowned international brands in health, to tap into Asia, it makes sense to partner up, collaborate with marketplaces who definitely have the same vision and have that community which we're trying to build, which is Asia's largest health and wellness community. So for a lot of them, they don't even have to worry about order fulfillment, order management and whatnot, because everything's taken care of in our platform. So, and for them to understand a lot more about the audience through the seller panel, the data, the insights that they can get from that is invaluable to them too.
Ashish, how do you see the industry progressing? When we are seeing all the, there are a lot of scary news out there in terms of 2016. What do you see as the trend in e-commerce and retail in general? And do you see collaboration between the different players as the way to go?
Sure. Yeah. So I think in spite of 2016, I think one thing we should recognize is that this is just the start of a big wave. And people quote .com, but the fact is 15 years from 2000, internet has penetrated all our lives. And the same thing we're going to see in e-commerce. It's not going to be any, we'll have like troughs along the way, but that's what we're going to see. If we look at it, from the sort of investor perspective and the consumer perspective, right? I think there's going to be obviously pressure on all eTailers and marketplaces to build scale and brand. There's going to be pressure to demonstrate unit economics. And both these tie into the fact that they need to differentiate themselves. So this whole point is that, yes, there's a big market out there, I have a business model, how do I differentiate myself? And that takes you to what the customer wants, really. And what the customer is looking for are things, of course, he's shopping for good deals online. And you can maybe win a few transactions and get him engaged by offering discounts, but that's just one small piece of the whole pie, right, when it comes to differentiation. He's looking for a good experience. both in terms of discovery of product ideas, in terms of how he gets fulfilled, what the service levels are, and also, how he engages with the community and the brand that marketplaces or retailers might try to build. And for that, I think there's a whole lot of transformation required on the supply chain side, on the logistics side, on customer analytics. So I think this whole ecosystem is going to become much larger, and various pieces of this ecosystem, various players, software companies, logistics companies, eTailers, marketplaces, all of them will evolve in order to deliver this differentiation in a very, very large marketplace. So I think this is really a huge opportunity from my perspective.
Okay, our time is almost done. So in fact, it's done. Time is up. I see that. So we can take questions, but essentially, what we wanted to showcase here was the perspective of eTailers, marketplaces, and the investors in terms of how collaboration opportunities are there and how that can drive unit economics and help the various parts of the ecosystem to succeed. That's really what we were trying to explain through the discussion. So you can please target your questions at any members of the panel, or I'm happy to take it. If no questions, we'll pass it to Rita. Any questions? Oh, hi.
Hi, my name is Winnie from Kimberly Clark, Vietnam. Thank you for all the speakers today. I want to have a question for, I think, two speakers from Marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot the name.
This is Irwan from Ralali and Jasrina from Purely Bee.
Okay, so my question is pretty much basic. Because we know that, as you just said, that consumer come to e-commerce, they're looking for a different experience, not only about a discount or cheap product. They also expecting for a better service and a fulfillment process. However, when we are trying to selling, let's say, our hockey diapers online, and we are working with our eTailer, and the first thing on the conversation is always, can you give us a better deal so that we can keep the better price for the consumer? So if every conversation is start from cheap price, so how we gonna make the profit from all of us? I mean, from the consumer, they always think like e-commerce is a bargain place for them to buy, which will create a conflict of sales channel like MTGD and e-commerce. From a brand and marketplace perspective, you're also not making any more profit because cost of delivery, cost of warehouse, cost of fulfillment is a huge cost, I believe. So do we have a balance of running the model and how we can change the perception of people when they come to online shopping?
Of course, your products are possibly not directly applicable there, and neither is Irwan's in a way. But you would still want to take a shot?
Well, for us, obviously, it's a different perspective because when it comes to health and wellness, it's different. When it comes to your health, are you looking for the cheapest product? Are really looking for the best quality product for an affordable price? So, which is why precisely we started this business in the first place. But what we feel adds value to that is the content, which is why when we started this, we created content first to educate people why these types of products are important for you. And for them to know, let's say, if I give you an example, coconut oil, right? So if you have an article on the benefits of coconut oil, in a very easy to read layman type of terms that's applicable to them, relevant to them in their daily lives, and immediately they can purchase a range of products that contain coconut oil. That's maybe something for your hair, washing your hair shampoo, and something that's edible, right? And so we have a range of products there, and from there, from the consumer to see, we make sure that the pricing is still affordable, but you don't completely cut off your margins where you're not a sustainable business in the long run. But for the users, for them to know the benefits of the product, the value of the product, they're willing to spend that amount of money for it. So the content plays a very important role in that.
Aaron, do you want to add to that? I mean, because obviously she has an easier job with products which slightly have better margin, let's say.
Well, bargaining is really common in B2B spaces. They always ask, but one thing that I realized in the last 2 years, price is not a priority anymore. What we offer is a reliability. If we can deliver goods within the lead time, and that's the QC that past QC, price is the second or third thing in B2B space. And one thing is in marketplace, the positive thing in marketplace is the seller is responsible for setting up the prices. So hopefully, bargaining is less happening in marketplace than in e-commerce. But it's very common. I mean, what you have to do well, in my perspective, is educating that maybe you can set up a fixed price policy or one price policy. Otherwise, you can go into a structural price bulk quantity buying to reduce the prices instead of one by one.
And hopefully there are many other ways of monetizing the customer base that you have, whether it is through content, whether it is through the people, whether it is, I mean, there is possibly many other ways to do it. Yeah. And I think that makes it a genuine large opportunity. That's what the investors possibly are looking at as well, right? So I don't know whether we answered you, but yeah, I mean, it's not the easiest question to answer, but there are various ways to monetize. And some sectors do better, some categories are doing better than the others in terms of profitability.
And we've actually run out of time. And if you have any further questions to the panel, we have a networking break right after the next panel.